In this guide, we will explain all the mechanics for Cairn, the first boss in Wing 4. This was taken from one of our live streams on Twitch, and at the end, you will also see footage for the full fight. Okay, so you will notice that once you are beyond that waterfall, you will have this special action key. So what this will do is you can use it to teleport around, and this will be very important. So make sure you will actually have it assigned to something you can use. So let's go ahead and explain mechanics quickly. So the first thing is going to be a debuff called Unseen Burden. This will be a purple debuff on your bar that will show up, and it will keep increasing in stacks very often. It can go up to 99 stacks. For every stack, this will reduce your movement by 1%. And so at 99, you will pretty much be almost not able to move at all. Skills or things that will give swiftness, super speed, or anything like sickness that will increase your movement will help, and it will counter that a little, and you will still be able to move even at 99. So especially if you are a beginner to the squad or to the raids, I would highly suggest that you do so. The second thing will be the green circles. So frequently, he is going to do a big attack that he will kind of like charge and then explode. And when he does that, he is going to lift people up in the air and do big damage. And there will be green circles spread around the arena. The green circles have specific mechanics, and they will also differ in size. And you will notice there will be like glowing things above them. The mechanics for it is, depending on the size and depending on the glowing things, we will need a number of people to stand on them. So we will need either 1 or 2 or 3 players inside the green circle. We want to have at least 1 person on the small circle, 2 people on the middle one, or 3 in the bigger one. However, for newer groups, we will try to avoid all of that, simply because it will be a little bit too complicated and it will be harder for us to manage. So what we will do instead is we will just stay stacked all the time, and whoever can provide stability, let's make sure we do that as we stay stacked right on Cairn. Okay? And you will do that only when you see the green circle attack. You will not use stability at any other time. And then the next thing we will have will be blue circles on the ground, kind of like the ones in Veil Guardian. The difference is that those ones are much more obvious and they are much more reliable. So you will actually see a border around your screen when you are standing on the blue circle. So you don't need to worry about anything but paying attention to the border around your screen. If you have borders, you are standing on a blue circle. In that case, try to move away as quick as you can. This should be relatively easy if you have swiftness and such, but if you don't, just make sure you dodge out of them or something. Just avoid getting teleported, because most likely what will happen if you go teleported, you will go somewhere to the edge of the arena here, and then you will be knocked back by Cairn and fall to your death. So it will be very important to try and avoid getting knocked back as much as you can. Next, and another one of the most important mechanics is called Agony. So frequently, people are going to have red circle under their feet. Whoever will have it will hit people around you. If you have the Agony, make sure you stay away from the group. We are going to put markers down to make things clear for everyone right now. But just understand that if you have Agony, you must move away from the group. When you have Agony, you take a little bit of damage, but anyone else that is with you inside the circle takes massive damage. So you must move away from the group, and anyone else, make sure you are not accidentally going into someone with Agony. A part of Cairn's auto attacks will be projectiles that will knock people back. This can be very bad and it can lead to lots of problems. To avoid them altogether, you will notice there is like an inscription shape thing under Cairn. You can see the inscription here under Cairn. As long as we are within the boundaries, you can see like edges and there's a circle thing. As long as you are within that circle, I'm going to just put markers inside the circle for now, just so you can see them and it make it clear what circle am I referring to. As long as you are within the circle, you will not get hit by those projectiles and you will not get knocked back. And so it's very important that you stay within those circles the entire fight. Try to do that as much as you can, otherwise you'll be knocked back and it will lead to many problems. The green circle have another pattern to it, which is he will sometimes leave his position and teleports, and in his path, in his trail, he's going to leave green circles behind. Again, the best thing for us as a starter group, as a beginner group, we're going to ignore all of that. We will always stack at a certain place, and whenever he's doing his big attack with the green circles, we're just going to stab, and we're just going to heal each other after and such, because it will do big damage and explosion and such. Also, frequently, he is going to slam his hand on the ground and do a big arrow attack that will cover the entire arena and knock people back. If you are away, like if you are maybe on the edge or something, you will easily get knocked out of the arena and die. So make sure you're always again within the boundaries of the circle. And when you see that hand attack, try to dodge into Cairn. Don't dodge outside. Dodging backwards may lead to you getting knocked back of the arena. So try to dodge into Cairn. The last thing you should know is, starting from around 25%, he is going to do big wave knockback attack on top of the projectiles, and this is going to be more lethal, and it will knock back even further. So again, if you are inside the circle, you will not get hit by it, but if you are outside of the circle, there's a very high chance that this attack is going to completely knock you off the platform and you will die. So it's very important to stay within the circle all the time. So with all of that explained, how are we going to handle this? We're basically going to put markers on the ground now. I am going to put just 4 markers. So here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, and here's 4. Okay, so I put it down 4 markers right now. The green arrow is where everyone is going to stack. The other 3 markers are for people who will have agony. You will notice that those markers are inside the circle. Please don't take them as exact locations. However, just take them as like a range, if you will, just to show you where you are supposed to be. I will make sure they are in the right place once we are inside, because I just can't see the blue one right now. But let's hope it's inside the circle. Just make sure you are inside the circle all the time. So everyone will stand on green circle, and whenever someone have agony, make sure you go to any one of the other markers, but it's very important that you stay within the circle all the time. If we spread ourselves on those markers correctly, then everyone will still be inside the circle and we will still not hit each other with the agony. So for those of you who need the collection and achievements, you will need to actually do the green pattern correctly. I think you will need to just stack on one of the green circles basically.